Hello and welcome to this episode of Is This Thing On? Right here. I'm Elliot DeWitt and I'm here with Vern Eide Mitsubishi Finance Manager Ronald Stovall.
Ronald. No, sir.
No. Ronnie?
There you go.
Ronnie Stovall.
That's me.
Should I start it over?
No, you good.
You're good?
We can roll with that.
That's good? We're okay with that?
I mean, I'm good with it.
All right. Good deal.
Yeah.
So what, Ronnie, what would you say you do here?
I mean, I think we're a jack of all trades at the Mitsu store. Like, we wear many hats. But I mean, in general, your job as a finance business manager is to make sure that you protect the dealership and make sure all the paperwork and all of that is good, crossing T's and dotting I's. But as a customer relations specialist, you like that?
That is really nice.
Yeah, I know you felt that. So that basically gives us an opportunity to get outside of the finance office in a traditional business manager space, and make sure that our customers are having a great experience, and making sure that our associates are helped as much as possible.
And now you've also been doing some training with sales staff too, right? Is that something you guys do? You do?
Yeah, man. So one of the other finance managers, John Morrell, came over from the Honda store, and we've been trying to pour our best selves into our people. The leadership team thinks that I have some fun and cool and things to offer to the sales staff. So we just like to play off our experiences and try to help the guys as much as we can. So, just kind of talking through the processes, making sure everybody feels comfortable with the sales process, and and just trying to lead them the best way we can.
How did you end up coming to Vern Eide? Like, where were you from?
Oh man, so I'm originally from Chicago.
Okay.
So I moved here in October of 2005.
All right.
So I've been here for a while. So I used to work at Capital One back in the day, and Nick Fedulove is the guy that I bought my vehicle from. Well, I bought a car from Vern Eide through Nick Fedulove at the Honda store.
All right.
I mean, not Honda, at the Acura store. And Adam Curtis is the guy that did my paperwork. And I was a unit manager at Capital One. And after, Nick did his follow-up and checking on me in my car, 2011 Chevy Impala.
Nice.
Pimpala.
Okay.
And so he actually knows my now wife, and he was kind of telling her, man, I think this guy would be great at Vern Eide. You should get him to come over and check us out. And so September of 2014, I started with Vern Eide. So,
what capacity would you do when you first started here?
Yeah, man. I mean, so it was basically sales. Just started right in sales. Funny story is, so on the day, technically I went in, I had my interview, first interview with Travis Hoyt.
Okay.
Which was interesting, right? So he tried to give me the hard part of the car business, many hours, and it's a commission based business, and it's not for everybody and that type of thing, right? And so when I left, I was like, yeah, nah, this is not for me, right? I'm good there. But then I got a second call from Damon Olson to do my second interview. And he gave me the opposite side of the car business, and he gave me what's different with Vern Eide than everywhere else. And so that's what sold me on the position. But starting September, I think that's what holiday is that? Labor Day or Memorial Day?
Labor Day.
Labor Day.
Yes, yeah.
So Travis Hoyt told me to come in that Monday morning.
On Labor Day?
On Labor Day. And bro, listen, all the lights was off. I come in early, doors closed, like I'm yanking on doors, and so yeah, it didn't turn out well. I'm glad the police didn't see me, but yeah. So long story long. So I started in sales, and it was great, man. I think I made like $20,000 from September to December of that year, and I was like, yeah, I can probably do this. I can probably make this work. So,
hours aren't so bad.
I mean, it ain't terrible, but
you can make it happen.
Yeah. So started in sales, and then it just kind of grew from there.
And then, so that was at the Mitsu store there.
Yeah, man. Right on 23rd in Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, were in sales, and then you moved here. We're on the east side, the Arrowhead Parkway location. Were you in sales there, or did you get moved then? When did you get moved up into like the current role?
Yeah, so we kind of did it, experimented with a couple things. So so the crew started a subprime team from the Minnesota store. And we moved over to the old East 10th Street location, well, West 12th Street location. So right across from Chevy and Toyota and all those guys. And so we had a crazy crew over there, man. We sold a lot of cars, but that kind of broke up. So we went back to Mitsubishi, still in kind of sales. And then when we were in transition in that location, we moved over to Honda. And then we did some internet stuff and still kind of in the subprime world, which is super cool. So, I mean, we made that happen. And then Jim said he was, had a crazy dream of making some magic happen on the east side. And he wanted me to be involved with that. So we came over here. And in about a year's time, I moved over from sales into finance. Okay. So it's been now a year and a month or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So you said you grew up in Chicago?
Born and raised.
Born and raised.
Born and raised.
Sorry, I heard Doug, so my bad.
No, you're good.
I shouldn't have acknowledged it, so we're gonna cut that part out.
But it's it's a podcast. You just go with it.
So born and raised in Chicago. What was it like growing up in Chicago?
Man, I mean, you hear all the crazy stories about what people think of the city from the outside in, but man, it was Chicago in the 80s, 90s. This is a beautiful place, you know what I'm saying? It's the culture is amazing, the city is dope. You get a chance to learn who you are as a young adult and have all the fun experiences that kids do. So I love it, man. I love it. It's home. So it was fun. It was fun. You get into all kind of mischief and all that kind of crazy business, but you know what I'm saying?
You?
I mean,
Come on.
Everybody does their share, but it was fun. I mean, I'm born in 81, so I like to call myself an 80s baby, but man, the late 80s and the early 90s in Chicago is magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Kind of pivoting a little bit. What do you have for family? That can be like, you're married, you got kids. What are you rocking with? Over
there? Man, I got a crazy crew at home. So, I actually moved my mom here and my younger brother here, back in 2012. So they've been here for a while. So they now live in the city, but in the home, man, I got a wife and 5 girls. So, yeah, man, it's stressful. So pray for me if you can. You know what I'm saying? But my girls are all this year will be 19, 17, 15, 14, and 7. Yeah, so
the whole gamut.
Yeah, man, we span the whole spectrum. I got a boy dog is the closest thing I got to a boy in the house, but it's fun, man. I mean, the girls they're great and they keep life fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you love most about being a parent?
I think the cool thing is like you just do it, right? I mean, there's no me and my dad have a conversation, years and years and years ago, and he said, man, there's no playbook for being a parent. You just go off your experiences and what you think you know best, and you just do it, right?
Yeah.
So I love it, man. It's fun. Being a girl dad is just a little bit of a different kind of play on the whole parenting thing because you want to have the softer side of who you are. Mm-hmm. But my girls are dope, so they they make more fun of me than anybody does. Yeah. So it's good. I love it.
Keep you on your toes.
Absolutely.
Again, kind of pivoting. I gotta try to do that without rubbing my eye. Again, kind of pivoting a little bit. What would you classify? Like, what's kind of your why? Like, what drives you?
I think my girls are the biggest thing because I think, just thinking from the outside in, that's kind of your impression that you leave on the world is the people that you can directly affect and impact, right? And so, I think they are probably my biggest why. Making sure that my family is taken care of and they feel a sense of home and love and support. And also just being able to, to treat people well. You think your impact on how, I mean, there's a crazy saying is, you don't, something about, you don't know how you make the people feel, or I forget what it is. So I'm messing that one up. But
you can make up your own one.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But I think the cool thing is like you wanna like, when people think about who you are and what you did, and I just want to make people feel like that was a good cat. Like he always tried to help people. He always was positive. Mm-hmm. So my why is just to leave a positive impact on the world. Leave it better than I found it.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
you're succeeding at that.
I'm trying, man.
Yeah, from where I'm at, you're succeeding with that.
I appreciate it.
What would you say is maybe your favorite part of your job?
Man, I think the favorite part of the job is just being able to help people. Right, having a little bit of a different focus on how the customer is taken care of. Than a traditional finance manager, a business manager, right? So just being able to kind of, create the own space of that environment of how that experience goes. So then that way you don't leave it as traditional, like, oh, I just bought a car. You want to leave it as like, that was a great experience, So I think being able to create that different element and different dynamic of what a car sale looks like is a great thing. Because, I mean, when I was in sales, let's keep it a buck. Like the car sells itself. You come in here for the experience. You come in here to be taken care of, and that's what I try to move over into the spot. It
should be exciting. I mean,
absolutely,
you're getting a new car,
absolutely,
new car, whatever.
Absolutely. If you ain't laughing and you ain't, high-fiving and cracking jokes, is it really good?
It's supposed to be exciting.
It's supposed to be exciting.
Yeah, you're absolutely be driving it every day.
Absolutely.
So you're gonna want to have that joy with it. I would think.
Yes.
You want to tie it to a good experience and a fun experience. And
most definitely.
Not something that's like you're dreading. Like, oh,
yeah.
Great. Now I have to drive a new car. Oh,
right.
No.
Right. Well, we've heard some horror stories from other places, but we won't talk.
We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah.
What is something that maybe some people may not know about you?
Man, So back in Chicago, I've had a couple different jobs, but so I used to my cousin's best friend's husband had I know, right? Baby daddy's best friends, uncles, okay. Right. Yep. So my cousin's best friend's husband had a window washing company. Okay. Right. Well, he was like a manager of a window washing. Yeah. Like he didn't own the joint.
Sure.
But so man, I used to wash windows, right? So traditional wash, like you take, you see the squeegee guy and doing the whatever. But so I tried my hand on like jumping off of buildings. And bro.
Like with the rope?
Yeah. And the rope and the bucket and the
hanging down.
Yeah, man. I did that. I know. It was
How? Like
it was a crazy experience. It was actually pretty dope. I mean, when you think about it, but
how long did you do it?
Yeah, it wasn't long.
Yeah,
it wasn't long. But I mean, in essence, like you get to the roof of the joint, and you get your rope and your bucket and your seat, and you throw that bad boy over, and you kind of scale yourself down.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Right.
Spider-Man your way down.
Right. And then you hit your windows and get down.
How high are buildings?
I mean, so the highest building I went down.
Don't say like 3 stories.
No.
Okay.
It was. I mean, the highest joint I went down was about, I think it was like 15, 17 stories or something like that.
That's up there.
It was. Yeah.
I mean, how much was it? 10? What do you think? 10 foot per story, give or take.
I don't know.
Wouldn't you think? I mean, like
it's a high-rise building,
right?
So I mean, you're talking like 17.
When they first brought that up, did you know you were going to be doing that?
Well, so I mean, yes and no. Like that was a level of like, okay, so we do a bunch of different jobs, right? So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Yeah. And it paid fairly decent. I mean, you as like a 21-year-old kid, I mean, it's like, hey, I'll do whatever, make a couple dollars.
Yeah.
But so once I found out that was a possibility, there was a level of intrigue. Like, man, would I consider doing that? or it was like, nah, this shit, nah, it's not for me. But I mean, I ended up doing it. I think I did it twice.
Okay.
And so I can cross it off my bucket list.
Yeah.
Not to say it should have been on my bucket
There's a
list
lot of
anyway,
people who have
but
that on their bucket list.
not to say it made it to everybody's
I want to
list.
scale down a building and then wash the windows of that building. It's on my bucket list.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But like I said, I did it maybe twice.
Yeah.
But that was
Still.
it. Yeah. So that,
remember.
that was a crazy job to have. So
that is a crazy job. To have.
Yeah, it is.
So not a lot of people know that.
That's one thing, but a lot of people might not know.
Yeah. I would guess not.
Mm-hmm.
I only got a couple more questions. What do you enjoy doing in your free time?
Do you get free time? I don't.
If you get free time, what would you like to enjoy doing in that free time?
I don't know. I mean, I like to tear up people's grass on the golf courses.
Okay.
I know I'm not very good, but I can get a hold to one every now and again, and and
that's what keeps you coming back.
It does, because that's what it is. You know, you kind of fool yourself into thinking
you're
I'm
frustrated
good.
for like 4 or 5 shots or whatever.
No,
shots.
like frustrated for like 5.
Holes.
Like
and you have one hole where you put it together. You're like, this isn't that hard.
Listen,
like,
I could do this on the regular.
Yeah,
you know,
this isn't that bad.
yeah. So
and then you're like, I'm getting better at this. This is good.
Absolutely,
I'm getting good.
And then once you start drinking, and
then it gets worse.
Yeah, then it's over with. But I think I play better when I'm drinking.
But
I
it's
don't.
more fun. Yeah,
it is, because after that you're like,
it don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, vodka lemonades are going down real easy. So
put me down for another snowman.
Why not? Why not? Absolutely. Well, probably more 10s. And
really?
I stopped counting that.
Yeah, we're good.
Absolutely.
We're fine.
But I try to get out. I mean, I got a really close crew of friends, and so we try to get out as much as we can, just to let loose and enjoy the fruits of our labor.
Yeah.
But man, other than that, man, I'm an extrovert in most cases.
No.
Like when I'm outside, right?
Yeah.
But I'm a homebody, man. When I get
really?
home, I'm good. So
I'm done.
You got to catch me before I get in the house, because most
right.
cases, if I'm in the house, it's a wrap.
It's over.
It's a wrap. So, I mean, if it ain't the girls, pulling me this, that, and the other way, or the missus kind of, making up something that we need to do.
Yeah.
I'm just chilling. I don't do much.
Yeah.
So I like to relax. I like my bad brown water.
Okay.
So
sure.
Yeah, throw me a couple cocktails and I'm good.
You're good.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
I'll go to my last question.
Okay.
Are you a book guy, a music guy, or a movie guy? Would you say?
It
could be more than one, but if you got
so I know we chopped it up about this before. So I mean, I can't necessarily pick one. I don't
understand what that means.
So I'm not. So okay. So I'm not a like a pick up a book and read type of cat, right? Now I just recently got into audiobooks a couple years ago, so those are not bad.
Those are help. Yeah, help.
But I'm a music and movie guy.
You want to answer both?
Maybe if I can. I mean, it's what I'm saying. Is this thing on?
Yeah, that's good. Product placement.
You're right. Exactly. So I mean, I don't know. It's a tough one to say between movies and music, because I mean that's how you that.
Okay, so
I don't know. That's a hard
movies based on music. Are you 8 Mile?
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hustle and Flow.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So should we just go with what do you want to go with?
I mean, I'll say I'm more. That's a hard one, man. I'll say I'm more music.
Music.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now that we've gotten that figured out, that's the end of the show. No,
there you go.
You got no more time. What are your top 3? It can be whatever. Top 3 music. So it could be artists, albums, songs.
Yeah.
What's your top 3 of all time?
I mean, so I'm pretty eclectic with my music choices. You know what? I take that back. I can't say eclectic because I'm not listening to no country.
You're not.
Nah.
But what about Beyonce's getting into country now?
So you can reel that back because a good artist, but sometimes those crossovers just don't.
They don't work.
You know what I'm saying? It's But I'm an R&B guy, obviously rap, hip hop.
Sure.
My old man used to listen to a lot of jazz.
Okay.
So, when you get in those confined spaces and you kind of, just zoning out, a dope jazz album. That Coltrane is like
Yeah.
you can just zone out to that
sure.
and not really know what happens to the day. But I mean, I'm so I'm talking like a Songs in the Key of Life.
Okay.
That Stevie Wonder is amazing. You talking about Off the Wall is classic. Like, I still play that for my kids right now.
Got it.
But then you talk about the 80s. Like, you got LL, you got Kane, you got Public Enemy, NWA, these type of cats that that kind of molded the life that I saw in Chicago growing up in the 80s and the 90s. But then, you get a little bit older, you got Tribe, you got, Jay-Z, you got these dope artists, the neo soul movement, Erykah Badu, and, all these cats that just kind of mold who you are as an adult, and then kind of going through all these things. This is I love music, man. It's dope. But now movies.
Okay, we're pivoting.
I'm just saying, you can.
So I asked for 3, and I
know.
got 30,
I just gave
so
you like
good.
we just ran the whole gamut. But when you talk about movies, it's like so there's certain joints that you see that you can't turn from.
Okay.
Like, I mean, Shawshank is probably one of those when you see it,
it's on.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah.
You gotta watch it. Like, I mean, New Jack is one of those when you see it.
Yeah.
You just gotta watch it, right? I mean, so there's certain things that.
Well, that's 2 movies, so we just need one more then.
Oh well, okay. Then you're talking about like Boys in the Hood.
Okay.
I mean, if you're talking about like Love Jones as getting a little bit older and you're starting to feel yourself and kind of feeling, and that's a little bit. It's a little bit different, Pulp Fiction is probably one of my favorites.
Sure.
I love Sam Jack.
Yeah.
I love Sam Jack, and Denzel is probably 2 of my favorites. But
sure,
it's. I don't know. I'm a wide range of things.
Yeah, it seems like you like a lot of stuff.
Godfathers, Goodfellas, all.
It's hard to like narrow it down. Would you?
It
say?
is.
Yeah.
I mean,
just 3. Like for example,
I feel like that was unfair.
Maybe what the question was.
I feel like that was unfair of you to just
limit it to 3.
Limit it to 3.
Well, I'm trying. We have there's like time that we have to factor in. Like,
it's a mic.
You can't have everybody list every single movie ever made.
This is very true.
Album and artist.
But it plays into an idea.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
It shapes you.
It does.
The music, especially, like it's different eras from like you kind of grow as you're growing up.
Yes.
So you start with jazz when you're a kid because you hear it from your dad,
and it wasn't by choice.
But then you can appreciate it, or did you hate it when you were little?
But you can appreciate it once you get to a point where like you don't want to hear kids screaming in the background.
Yeah.
You have your bad brown water on the rocks, and you're sitting back like. Okay, I get it.
It makes sense now.
It does.
Then it leads to the next step.
Yeah.
It leads to some of the artists you found in hip hop.
Absolutely. Hence the movies, right? So I mean, you started off slow and then
work your way up. I don't have any other questions, man. That was awesome.
I appreciate it.
So this has been another episode of Is This Thing On? Should I hit this?
I think it was.
Ooh, I wonder if that made a noise.
Mic check.
It is on, I think. Again, we're here with Ronnie Stovall. Thanks for being here, Ronnie.
Thank you, brother.
I
appreciate it. It's a little awkward getting the.
It is a little bit with the mic.
It was.
And then a handshake.
It was.
It kind of went across. It's pretty far.
It worked though.
It happened.
It worked. Yeah.
So thanks again for stopping by. We'll see you on the flippity flop. I don't even know what that means.
I wouldn't have used flippity flop.